Welcome to the My Retirement Clarity Podcast, where our goal is simple, to help you close the gap between what you know and what you implement. The team at Perkins Wealth Management does this by helping good people make great decisions so they can enjoy an amazing retirement. And now, here's your host and financial advisor, Lee Perkins.
Welcome into the My Retirement Clarity Podcast. This is Lee Perkins, and we got a special guest here on the show today with us today. Brian Roper, who's joined our firm. How long have you been with us now, Brian?
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
He's been with us for a year now and has really brought a lot to our firm. And so today we're just going to kind of chit-chat a little bit about our new space. And Brian, maybe you'll tell the listeners a little bit about yourself, and we'll kind of go through this. But yeah, a lot going on. I think it's going to be really a fun show. A little bit different today. Ben George is not with us. Early football season, and so as many of our listeners know, Ben George does a lot of things with college football. Kind of some really. He's an Alabama fan, which I'm a George fan. I think you're an Auburn fan, right?
I am.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's jump into it a little bit, and we'll kind of go from there.
Sounds good. You excited?
Yes. Really cool.
You got a lot to be excited about, don't you?
Yeah, man. This is thinking back. I mean, people have asked me, "Is this a dream come true?" I say yes, but really, this dream started a year ago. This is not like something that I planned on doing 10 years ago, but for the last year, this has been we've gone all in on the new space. And now that we're actually recording today from what we are calling our audio video studio, and it's not set up the way that it needs to be, but to be in here recording the first show is really a pretty cool thing.
It is cool. You know what's kind of neat is you and I did talk about this over a year ago, and some of your vision, and it's funny to look back now and some of the places we looked around making and where we might put this building or the space we were looking for, and
Right.
and where we've ended up, what the building was before and what it's turned into. It's really kind of neat to kind of see. It's like, we've talked about before, dreams without goals are just dreams, but you've had some dreams, but you put some goals to them, and man, you are excited, but you know what, our whole team is too. It's really neat.
Yeah, and even some of the clients that have been here, we're here, I guess, day 10 here in the office, so at the end of the second week, and so we've had some clients come in, and we've had a lot of people just come by and see the space, and I guess the response we've got has been pretty cool.
It has been.
Cool. So,
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll kind of jump in today, talk a little bit about that, and just learn a little bit more about the space, and hopefully how we can use this to better serve the community.
Well, let me ask you a question, because you and I talked about this before, and there's significant difference here in where we were before. And one of the things is our Summit Center is what we're calling it. And it's about a 40-seat training center where we got a big 98-inch TV on the wall and, a microphone in there. And we didn't have anything like that at the office before. So tell me again, tell the team, tell anyone listening, what is your idea behind that? Why the Summit Center, and what are we going to do in there?
Yeah. So the main reason behind that is I want to have a place where we can bring clients and prospective clients of our firm, bring them in and educate them on a variety of different topics. In the past, I like to say that we're an educational firm. We want to train people on how to do things the right way on a variety of different topics, whether it's, required minimum distributions, or if it's just a general investment workshop, or is it estate planning. We want to inform our clients the best way possible, because there's a lot of information out there today, and you can get all kind of information online, but man, being able to sit kind of knee to knee with somebody and get in-person training is, I think, a pretty special thing.
Yeah, you want to expound on our first one coming up here in September?
Yeah, well, maybe I'll turn the table here.
Okay.
And let you kind of expand on that, because you and another teammate here in the office, Walker Perkins, who is my son, you guys have kind of been spearheading this effort. So why don't you jump in?
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. At my age, with 3 children and my youngest about to go off to college and empty nesting coming my way, just inherently being in this community for a really long time, you just tend to know a lot of young people. My oldest son is 24, my youngest is 18, and then there's a gap there where it seems like we've just known so many kids in this area. But what we've learned, and as you get to know young professionals, is they can get real good at getting through college, and they can get real good at finding jobs and starting to make a little bit of money, but there's a lot of information out there that they may just not know or hear unless somebody shows them and tells them. So our first venture in our Summit Center will be a next-gen financial workshop. And what this is next generational, kids and young adults. We're going to bring them in for a little dinner event and a chance to go through a wide range of topics covering how to make money, how to budget, how to use credit cards, how to save, how to invest, most importantly, and what compounding wealth can do at a young age that those of us a little older would have maybe sometimes wished we'd have done. And, it's a free event. It's, something we're going to do just because there's a handful of people and kids and stuff that we know out there that we want to connect with. And we'll try to do this from time to time, maybe a couple times a year, maybe more, depending on the interest there. But that's going to be our first one. Walker and I are excited about it. Walker, obviously, in the last couple months has graduated from college and gotten married, and now he's going to work, and he certainly understands.
And bought a house.
And
that's one of the things
right.
we kind of cover, because he came to me, he's like, Dad, how do I get a loan? How do you pay for a house? How do you get a mortgage? All those kind of things. We'll kind of touch on some of those things that, honestly, it would be great if our high schools and even our colleges covered these kind of things, but they don't.
They don't.
They just don't. And there are obviously great parents out there that spend a lot of time with their kids, telling them the things that they wish they would have known at that age. And I can think back to the things that my parents told me, and I'm sure they stayed on top of me a little bit more than maybe some parents. But there's things that they probably just didn't discuss. Yeah. I've heard you say before, your dad told you. What was it? Just
go to work,
to be successful. Go to work
and make some money.
Don't do drugs and spend less than you make.
That's it. That was it. Those are three things I learned as a young kid. Just make a little bit of money in your life and then spend less than you make. And then if you can stay off of drugs, you should be able to make it all the way to the finish line. And that's really basic advice, and not bad advice.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But
it seems.
But what's neat is, especially since I've transitioned into kind of the world of finance here, there's so much more out there that people just don't know. Right. And, we want to share some of that. And so, we're excited. Just that young group is fun, and they always have great questions, and, we hope to answer those really in advance of them asking them. So that way they'll be more prepared. And again, just one of the first things we'll do here in the Summit Center. But
do we have a date for that yet?
Yeah, September the 10th.
September the 10th.
So it's going to be September the 10th. Okay. We're going to have some invitations sent out. There'll be a few spots open to any of our clients that want to maybe send their kid this way.
Kids or their grandkids.
Or their grandkids. Yeah, for sure. So we're excited about that kind of first event. So.
Yeah, I think, and from the people that we know that have already said, hey, I want to do this, I know as soon as we open up registration, we're going to get pretty full pretty quick, but we will put a link to the registration on the website. This one may fill up quick, but like Brian said, we're going to do this again maybe in the next 3 to 6 months. We've got other workshops planned that will be outside of the scope of the next gen workshop. Another thing, I'll kind of shift gears here on a topic. One of the things that I want to do is I want to bring in our clients, our new clients, and almost think about how when people join my church, you go to a new member orientation where you kind of learn everything that you need to know about our church. We want to do that, bring that inside here, because I think far too often when somebody becomes a client of a financial planning firm, you go through their process, and that's what we do here. We go through our process and we onboard a client, but then we set up a series of meetings after that, as many as the client feels comfortable doing, to make sure that they understand everything that they need to do. We can't put everything in place at once. We can't do that, but there's some basic things that, we want all of our clients to know, and we want them to be connected, not only to their accounts, but to know who to call for distribution, who to call if they need to make a beneficiary change, or if they want to discuss the investments, who the right person is to do that. So I think that is something, my plan right now is to do that quarterly, so that each quarter we can have the clients, maybe who became clients in the previous quarter, come to that workshop. It's not a 2-hour thing. I think we've talked about doing this at lunch, maybe sort of not really a lunch and learn, but it does kind of look like that format where we can bring our clients in. Most of our clients, or I would say, what would you say, maybe 75% of our clients are retired, and the other 25% are still working, but working
But wanting
towards
to,
retirement,
yes.
wanting to retire. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so we'll probably do this during the day. At some point, maybe we do a Zoom for people, our clients who are out of town, that can, maybe not be able to come here in person, but can at least see the content. And it's not going to be just me or you kind of doing the material. We'll have some of the other team members here presenting on certain topics. Again, the whole goal is just make sure everybody understands everything, because there's so much more to financial planning than just the statement that you have that you get at the end of every month. Hey folks, Lee Perkins here. I wanted to tell you about our brand new book called Next Phase: How to Retire in a Year or Less Without Regrets. It's all about helping you prepare for the next phase of your life, whatever that looks like for you. So, if you're ready to make the most of your next phase, or if you're already retired and aren't sure you're doing all you can to get the most out of your retirement, then you'll want a copy of this book. All you have to do is text Next Phase to 478-475-2050, and we'll send you a copy right away. You can also access additional resources and register for one of our upcoming workshops at our website, www.myretirementclarity.com. Thanks for listening. Now back to the show.
Let me ask you this. What about like extra time in the center? You had mentioned how so many of our pre-retirees and retirees, when we have things like cake day or our Galentine's lunch, how much they kind of love to be around and hang out and have something to do and see and visit, especially you, someone who's partnered with them for a long time. What about if a group just wants to come to the building and play Mahjong in the back? We're gonna let them do that. I heard somebody said that the other day.
Right. So Mahjong is obviously taking off a lot here in this area, and my wife has gotten into it, and apparently there's now a Mahjong room in my house. She's bought a whole bunch of really nice furniture and supposedly a very nice Mahjong set, but she gets on to me for pronouncing the word incorrectly. So I don't know if I'm saying it right or wrong. But anyway, yeah, I think that's a great thing. What I've seen with our clients is, man, they just love to be with other people and just that sense of community. They're honestly, as people get older, a lot of their friends pass away, and man, that connection to other people is really important. So the goal here is not really a goal, but my vision is to open up the Summit Center, maybe a couple of times a month, that we can host in groups of ladies and guys. There's some guys that are playing it, to maybe do Mahjong or some other things, and they can just be back there, be in a really cool environment and just play Mahjong and not have to worry about whose house they're going to and where to park. I mean, at the new facility here, we've got 30 spaces outside of the building here, so plenty of room. I don't know how loud it gets playing Mahjong, so we'll have to figure that out.
Not as loud as pickleball. Your previous hobby, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was originally one of my first thoughts. Is instead of the building that we bought, my vision was, hey, let's change. I'm gonna buy an old abandoned Walgreens or a CVS, because they had tall ceilings. And I wanted to put a pickleball court inside of the building, but the logistics of that was not great, and so I didn't.
Yes,
I didn't follow through with that.
That would have been louder.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the things about this office space, Lee, is there's cubicles and offices there's nobody sitting in, and we've talked about it around here for a little bit now. And there's a reason that there's cubicles and office space that nobody's in. Do you want to share a little bit about maybe your vision of what JL Perkins Wealth Management might look like, in the years down the road?
Yeah. So that is one thing that you'll see when you walk into the new space, is there's space for other people. And some people will be like, man, why did you renovate a space that's this large? And it is for future growth. I don't know what that future growth looks like. We have a team of 8 right now, and when that 8th person was added, we were simply out of space at the other location. We also didn't have but 2 conference rooms at the other place, and so if we were going to add another team member, we were going to lose a conference room. Here in this place, we have 4 dedicated conference rooms that are for meeting with clients, and we also have an executive conference room that is for team meetings and for big family meetings. One of the cool things, we hadn't really even talked about it, is the table that I had made in that building. And for people that come for our grand opening, we'll kind of tease that here in a minute. You'll be able to see that table. And so it's had it custom built. It's pretty special. yeah, we're excited about what's to come here. I mean, we just answer the question. I don't know what this place looks like in 3 years or 5 years, but what we want to do is be very mindful about how we grow, not grow just for growth's sake, but man, we get referrals from our clients every single day. And that tells me that I think I know we are doing the right thing for our client base because they really appreciate what we do.
Yeah, I don't think anything means more to us than a referral.
Yeah.
When somebody speaks highly of you and says, "Hey, talk to my guy," or talk to our team that we use, and we take that seriously. And this growth allows us to spend more time with our current clients and referrals and everyone that we touch. And we're excited about it.
Yeah, I got an email from somebody yesterday, or actually they called in. Well, it's two things. Somebody called in and wanted to set an appointment, said they were referred by two people that they work with, and our person answered the phone, didn't find out who they were referred by, so we'll fill that gap. But then I got another email from somebody that said, "Hey, I work with so and so, and they speak very highly of your firm, and so they're coming in next week." So that kind of growth is just going to happen. We're going to grow organically, and we'll continue to evolve in the services that we do provide our clients. And so that's something that we want to continue to do and make sure that we're doing everything we can do, because it's not just about investing. I mean, there's so much more that is just relevant when it comes to financial planning. What we do, like our slogan, our process, everything here, it goes around. We want to make sure your next phase is your best phase, and we were intentional about that. The word phase, that's kind of an acronym, and P is a plan for income. H is a healthcare plan. A is an asset plan. And unfortunately, that's where most advisory firms focus, is just on that asset plan. And we're really, really good at that. And, we use, I think sometimes you may joke a little bit with me, because I always use the term, we use world-class money managers. We do. I mean, the money management that we do here with our clients' assets is first class. Going on down the word phase, S is a strategic tax plan. Man, taxes are such a big deal right now. I'm the firm belief, and I think you are too, that taxes are going to increase in the future. And then E on phase is estate planning. And we're not attorneys, but we partnered with several really good attorneys here in the area that help our clients make good estate planning decisions. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure everybody wants their money to go to somebody and have a purpose. And so we just want to make sure you're doing that. So that's what we do here at our firm. We want to make sure that we handle all of those 5 areas of retirement.
Every dollar having a purpose. What a great way to say it. And that's either working hard for you, growing itself, saving itself, or giving itself away. Every dollar having a purpose. And that's the plan part of what we do. Yeah. Planning with you, that's part of it. I'll tell you what I'm excited about. As I look out the window of this media room that we're in the process of setting up, there's a big map on the wall, and we're going to have our clients come in, and anywhere they've visited, through vacations, through retirement, final vacations, however it goes down, we want you to put a pin in that map and just show where you have gone in your retirement, because that next phase, like you mentioned, hopefully is your best phase, and you're able to do some of that thing. So we'll have that up on the wall, and working on some digital photo frames too, where our clients can submit pictures of some of the places that they've been in their journey towards retirement or in retirement. And that's the celebration, right? That's the chance to celebrate the plan that we put in place, and what people have worked so hard for, and then what we've had a pretty good part in making that happen. Yeah,
and we want people to visually see that, and hopefully we can inspire some of our clients to do some of the things that they've been putting off once they've seen some other clients take action, actually check off those bucket list items.
We've inspired me. I'm going to Chattanooga this weekend.
I hear you. What's going on?
Well, I'm moving my son, so I got to do some heavy lifting first. But he's moved to Chattanooga, started a new job, my oldest. So we're excited about that. But yeah, the hard part is loading the truck, but after that, we're going to Chattanooga to see his new apartment and awesome. move him on.
He's entering his next phase.
And he's entering his next phase, right. So so that's the next stop for us. But
and you guys are entering a next phase.
We are.
To be empty nesters.
We are. Yep.
Maybe we'll talk about that on a future episode, because I'm a year into empty nester phase.
Yeah, you've got some lessons you can teach me. Just make sure my wife doesn't show up on that podcast. 'Cause she's more of a mess.
Definitely so. All right, well, good deal, man. I appreciate your time here today. Hopefully this has been helpful for the listeners. And I guess on the way out the door here, we'll kind of promote our grand opening. We're doing that on Friday, August the 21st here in our office from 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. It's going to be kind of a drop-in. At 10:30, we are going to do a program. Basically, we'll do the ribbon cutting. We'll have some people say a few words.
You got big scissors? You're doing the big scissor thing, right?
Yes, we ordered a set of big scissors, and we got the ribbon. I don't. Maybe there's a balloon arch coming.
Okay.
We're hoping there'll be great weather that day, but it's going to be a really cool way for us to just say hello to everybody. Even if people are not a client of our firm, man, if you want to just come by and say hello, check out the new space, we'd love to see you. So, stay tuned. You'll see some things on our website to kind of promote that. But that's it. All right. Well, good deal, Brian. Appreciate you stopping by today.
Yes.
And safe travels up to Chattanooga, and we'll talk to you soon. Hey there, Lee Perkins here. If you're like a lot of folks, you've been listening to this podcast for a long time now. But I've got an important question for you. Have you implemented any of the ideas that we've discussed on the show? If you haven't, what are you waiting on? You know you're not getting any younger. So here's my challenge. Don't just consume the content. Our number one goal for this podcast is to help you close the gap between what you know and what you implement. So if you're ready to implement, take that first step today and visit www.talkwithjlp.com and schedule a 15-minute phone call with one of our advisors, and we'll help you close the gap between what you know and what you implement so you can enjoy the next phase of your life. Now is your time. Don't procrastinate any longer.
Investment advisory services are offered by J.L. Perkins Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor and insurance agency. Information is for illustrative purposes only and does not constitute tax, legal, or investment advice. Always consult with a qualified tax, legal, or investment professional before taking any action.